Hi, I'm La Super Comadre from RadioCrystalUSA.com, and I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So, La Super Comadre, my platform is all about bringing people on, special guests, who either do something for the community, who have done something for the community, who match up the pillars of what my show is about, which is about taking care of your heart and soul, which is about political engagement, which is about education. So every person that comes on can be a super comadre or a super compadre, someone that's out there doing something for the community. So I invite you all to listen and to watch every Tuesday when we record the show. But it also repeats on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 10 o'clock at night on RadioCrystalUSA.com. And don't forget to give us a like. Adios.
That's great.
All right. Are we on? Are we live? Oh, yes, we are. So welcome to La Super Comadre Claudia show. I think we're on now because I see the numbers that are moving. Bienvenidos al show de La Super Comadre Claudia. Ya como vieron la introducción de quién soy yo, de qué significa el show La Super Comadre Claudia. Y ya saben que cada persona que traigo aquí al aire, aquí al show, que se llama streaming, lo hacemos aquí por el Facebook, por el YouTube, por el Instagram. Y la razón es para traer a alguien, to bring someone on that's doing something amazing for the community, para la comunidad, a resource, their passion in something that is doing something to just support the community out there. And so I'm super proud to have here today a new super compadre, because it starts with las super comadres, but you know, super compadres are out there doing a lot of amazing things, and it is Gabriel Esparza.
Gracias, Claudia.
A ver, audiencia. You know,
gracias.
I have, seen your magazine, and I want you to talk about your magazine, Que Onda, because it's out in the community, and it's about the community. Mm-hmm. And before you share the story behind Que Onda magazine and how that came to fruition, I want you to share with my audience, who is Gabriel Esparza?
Wow.
Un poquito de ti.
That's a good one. Well, mira, Gabriel Esparza is a guy who's been catering for the last 28 years in the newspaper industry. Uh-huh. Y es una pasión que he tenido, que mis papás, my parents have started the business, and that's what we've been doing for the last 28 years. Before the 28 years, Gabriel Esparza used to be in the life and health insurance. I used to sell life and health insurance policy. And then mi papá empezó el newspaper business, and he goes, why don't you quit doing that and come work with me? Wow. And then that's how we started Que Onda magazine. Mi mamá,
28 years ago.
Mi mamá in 93, 94.
Aquí en Houston?
Aquí en Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, but my background is from Laredo. We are originally from Laredo.
Okay.
In Laredo. And in Laredo, we have a television station. Mm-hmm. We have 2 radio stations and a cable company in Laredo, in Webb County. In Webb County. So when you want to, so we came to Houston in 77. Okay. And so we started doing things together with the family. Pero Gabriel is just a simple guy. It's what you see is what you get con Gabriel. Mm-hmm. Me gusta hacer las cosas y me gusta decir lo que pienso. Yeah. Me gusta mucho el tenis. I like to play tennis.
Yeah.
I also like to swim. I like swimming, which I need to do that more often.
I know. We're talking about the angles of the cameras. Like, you look amazing.
I'm trying to cover that.
And actually, we are coordinated today.
We
have stripes on.
Pero no, soy una persona muy simple. Me gusta mucho, me gusta ver películas, me gusta jugar mucho tenis. Me gusta también estar con la comunidad. Sí. I like to be part of community outreach. Mi papá, que en paz descanse, said that, the best thing is las relaciones públicas.
Yes.
Las relaciones públicas. Yes. Y siempre me decía to cater to the community.
And what I love about Que Onda magazine is that it's such a positive publication.
Yes.
It's about pretty much elevating stories de la comunidad, elected officials, what's going on in music, what's going on in entertainment, what's going on in sports, and stories that give you information and also positive light on stories that are not typically put on everywhere,
right?
That are our community, that are the Spanish-speaking community that need that. And I love your tagline. Can you show a little bit for those that are watching? So if you're listening right now, because you can go right now to www.radiocrystalusa.com to listen. And don't forget that the show repeats at 10 o'clock in the morning and again at 10 o'clock at night. And the Que Onda magazine that he has here today, I want you to show it because I love that tagline that says Houston's bilingual publication. Is this the first one, the only one?
Well,
how did that happen? How did you know that? Why not just all Spanish? Why not just all English?
I'll give you the story about this. Back in the days, we used to have a client that he goes, you know what? My demographics are Spanish bilingual people, and you only have Spanish. So we're losing the Spanish bilingual. So why don't you start doing that? So we changed the demographics of Que Onda magazine to cater to both. And we noticed that other publications were catering only to Spanish-speaking audience. So that was a very good advantage for us to double the audience. And when you say positive publication, we are 120% family oriented. That means that we're very careful of our content. We're very careful of our ads. We want to make sure that a child can pick up Que Onda magazine and read it, and also an adult. We don't have any unclean content. We do not cater that. That's not our branding.
It's very family.
Mi papá siempre decía que en paz descanse, protect your branding, protect your name, protect your name. And it's not about the money, it's about the branding. And a lot of people, a lot of industry, in the newspaper industry, they forget and they go after the money. They go after the amount of money they make on the ads. Por eso a veces no les importa what ads to put in the paper. Ponen lo que sea just to get the money. And it's not about that. If you're in the newspaper industry, as far as our family, is the branding name. Que Onda, el apellido de nosotros, los Esparza. Porque somos 5 hermanos.
Because that's your family, and right there. In family. Your hands is your legacy. Is what your dad built. Is what you're now continuing to grow. And speaking of growing, we talked a little bit off air about where this publication is at, and I want you to share, like, where is this publication found besides Houston? Wow. And then where do you see it, let's say 5 years from now?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Thank you, Claudia. Well, Que Onda magazine, I was talking to Isa earlier, and because of the pandemic, the whole game changed in a lot of industries. So when I'm talking about changing in our industry, is that a lot of the outside racks, newspaper racks, got dirty, and they're now in very dirty locations. So the city of Houston and also other cities are taking those racks out of the streets because están muy maltratados. They have a lot of germs. So it doesn't look good for the city. So I knew that from what happened in back in 20. So we got prepared by buying inside racks in inside locations. So what we did is we got ahead of the competition. We always 3 or 4 steps ahead. No me alcanzan.
Wow.
So
that's good.
What happens is that we started finding out that a lot of locations, and now the city is really cleaning all the major roads, and there's no more distribution locations for those guys. So when we came in with inside locations where you can pick it up at El Tiempo, Taquerías Arandas as our main distribution, we went HEBs, and then we also have publications in Dallas and also in Fort Worth. We have some in Austin, in San Antonio. And of course, Houston is our main outfit. So we're the only bilingual publication that caters that. So a lot of the major advertisers, they killed 5 markets with one stone.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you
That's
know what?
Smart.
You want to go to Texas? Get Que Onda magazine. We get all the markets, and they know about our content. It's extremely clean.
Yes.
Like I said, and
I love what you said earlier. I'm an educator by day.
Thank you.
I've been in education for 20-something years. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But this my the last position that I stepped into last year was that of being the librarian.
Okay.
So guess what I would bring to the library for the kids to read?
Que
Onda magazine.
Thank you so
because
much
the
for doing
students,
that.
I wanted them to be exposed to not just what you see online,
right?
But I like the kids to have something in their hands.
Yes.
Que se pongan a leer.
A leerlo.
Leer no solamente lo que está, sí, un hard copy, porque viendo cosas en el internet es un modo de leer, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Pero tener la copia, un papel, un libro en tu mano, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yes.
And then I would tell them, these are people, this is a person that did this person did that. What a great way for kids to see their community members and look like them.
Absolutely.
On the cover of those magazines.
Yes.
And speaking of people that look like me on the cover
I think you're
of
in
the
there.
magazine.
I think you're there, right there.
I'm actually on the one, and Isa's in the audience. Say hello, Isa.
Isa.
Woo!
She's in the cover as well.
So Isa had the amazing opportunity of interviewing you earlier on the NHPO Facebook Live because the NHPO familia and board what graced the cover, and it was such an honor.
Gracias.
And what an amazing story that Sergio Lira, did. Talk about a man who is accomplished, who is out there with the community. So you don't have just anyone doing stories.
No, absolutely.
So talk about how you go through the process of finding the right person to bring those stories to life in your publication.
Well, like I said, we always protecting our name, so we choose the right writers, the right reporters to cater to that side. Like Dr. Sergio Lira does the educational side.
Yes.
Tony Diaz is a good friend
my
of ours.
compadre.
He's also part of a writer.
Yes.
And then we have Tacho Mendiola, who writes regarding about
my
all
professor.
the
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And then so that's what we try to become partners with good people they know the community. So the content of the publication now, our new writer is Sylvia Means.
Yes.
So she's writing she's writing about immigration.
Yes.
Y me gustó el nombre que le puso, ¿Qué onda con migración?
I love it.
So it's good for her to write about the different laws of immigration para ayudar. We the preferred publication para el Cónsul de México. Para el Cónsul
and
de
they
México.
were on the cover too.
They were on the cover.
Yeah.
So we're also the preferred publication for Houston First. With the preferred publication for NHPO. For NECA.
Woo!
So ¿Qué onda is becoming the preferred publication for a lot of good organizations.
I see that.
Why? Because it's the name, it's the branding, it's the respect that we give our readers. That like I said, from a child can pick up ¿Qué onda to an adult.
Exactly.
And the ¿Qué onda is very diversified. We talk about sports, local news, law enforcement. We talk about entertainment. We talk about concerts. We promote a lot of our concerts. We let people know what's happening on the weekends.
Yes.
Y lo hacemos en inglés y en español.
En español. Y es lo bonito en los dos idiomas porque los estudiantes o que cualquier chico en la escuela puede aprender los dos idiomas.
Yes.
Si empezaron con el español, pueden practicar el inglés. Y si solamente saben el inglés, pueden aprender el español.
Sí. Es una ventaja muy grande que ¿Qué onda magazine tiene. And another thing is that we're the only publication with 32 pages in color.
Now, I love it. I love how we're in color on the front.
On the cover. And also Isa was
And when
there.
you look inside, Isa has her own spread. Isa is going to be on next, but she's right here. La super comadre.
Isa is the super comadre.
Is the president of NHPO, so she was the one that was interviewed by Dr. Sergio Lira. And what an amazing partnership celebration that we had over the weekend.
It was phenomenal.
So how did you make that happen?
Well, when we were talking about becoming your print media partner, I asked Ilsa if it was okay to do a breakfast, and she said, "Yeah, let's do something together." Yeah. And Don Eraki is a very good place to do things like that.
Yes, it is.
Se presta para hacer esas cosas.
Sí.
And so
the owner,
César, mi compadre
César, what an amazing
César is a good compadre of mine. I know him for 35 years.
Todo lo que hizo para ese
Alexandra is running Don Eraki really well. So I said, why don't we do something together, invite everybody, and let everybody know. Because when ¿Qué onda partnership with somebody, we want to do it right.
Yes.
We don't want to just post it and no. We want to make sure that we let people know. And then we also gave a donation to a foundation, to your nonprofit, to show the commitment that we are here for real. Exactly. And we're going to do things together. One of the other things that ¿Qué onda does is that we also promote a lot of soccer.
I see that.
We're part of the soccer in Espanol.
And there's a big announcement coming up.
Tomorrow. Yes, I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, pasado mañana.
Sí. For the FIFA. So we do so many things for the community that is like I said, es una pasión que tenemos nosotros. To us, it's not a job.
No.
We want to make sure that the people know who we are, and all these new locations that we're adding.
Yeah.
We're at HEBs, Taquerias Arandas. At this time, I can't say the next one until it's the
Until
done
it's
deal.
done, the done deal.
Yeah, but we
more in the works.
Yes, it's pretty much done. All I gotta do is go sign the papers.
Yes, and if for everyone that's listening and watching, how can they follow you, find these copies?
Yes.
Because I often go to your Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a beautiful page.
Thank you.
It's like you're bringing your magazine to life.
To life.
And you even have reporters out there.
Yes,
speaking
live
on
reporters.
Live reporters
Yeah,
speaking
reporters.
on the stories. You even had, when we had our celebration over the
Yeah.
weekend, you had someone there, reporting as well, taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, how can we find you? How can we get this? How can people get their hands on this?
You can find us on QueOndaMagazine.com. You can find us on Que Onda Magazine Facebook.
Mhm.
We also have our Instagram and our Twitter account. But you can also go to our computer, find it on the digital side.
On the
digital side,
that's the whole thing too. Are you on TikTok?
Yes.
Awesome.
So we're doing
everyone's on TikTok now.
And I'll be honest with you, that's kind of old school for me. So we have to hire someone who really knows how to do that.
You mean we're old school?
Yes, I'm old school.
Well, I don't know about you, but I got TikTok.
But we're going
Viejo
into
los cerros.
Viejo los cerros. You're right about that. And just,
Te voy a hacer un TikTok ahorita tú y yo.
Ahorita hacemos uno tú y yo con qué onda.
¿Por qué onda?
Pero también I also want to let you guys know that I forgot to tell Itza that we're about to hire a live person in Washington. So we'll be bringing live news out of Washington. Va a ser un reportero journalist en vivo. Because we believe that live news are important.
Exactly.
Because like I was telling Itza earlier, anyone can just paste the news and post it on. Anyone can do that.
When you're there.
Even a child can do that. So no, we want to bring you live news. We want to bring you the live reporters to let you know what is going on.
Exactly.
And we also cover a lot of sports. We do events. We give. We donate to nonprofits, to foundations, and that's what Que Onda is about.
Oh, and Mira, here it is.
Oh, there's
a picture. Right, for those that are listening, we do have a picture that's being posted of this weekend's event at Donaraki.
Yes.
And it was, the board standing with different people that came out to support. We had people there from elected officials.
Yes, they were there.
General council members, and there you are. There's you right there making sure that we know and it's known that from here on out, it's an amazing partnership.
Absolutely.
And we're looking forward to future endeavors, future proyectos, on making sure that those positive stories are being shared.
Gracias. No, vamos a hacer muchas cosas juntos. Sí. A lot of the companies, like I was talking to Elisa the other day, and I said we're going to try to bring our clients into an HBO para que también los conozcan a ustedes también. We have great collaboration with some Mexican companies that want to come into the States.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So we're going to introduce them to you as well, para que nos ayudemos todos juntos. Y al ayudarnos todos juntos, pues todos crecemos juntos. Todos crecemos juntos. And that's practically the last question that you asked me. What do you see, Que Onda? ¿Qué onda en 5 años?
5 años. ¿Dónde vamos a andar?
My father's dream, el sueño de mi papá, que en paz descanse, is to open up a Que Onda Foundation.
Oh.
So that's my next project.
Yeah.
Our next project is to have the Que Onda Foundation.
Yes.
That's something that he started it, but now I get to finish it.
Yes.
And so our new project is the Que Onda Foundation, where we're going to cater to students. There are journalists, reporters, anchors, graphic designers, and we're going to find scholarships for them. Y ya que tenga la foundation, then I can talk to my dad, que en paz descanse, and then you know what? We did it.
Well, he's watching.
He's watching
and
right
he's
now.
going to be guiding.
He guides me almost
all
every
the time.
Day.
All the
Pero
time.
That's one of the things that our next project is the Que Onda Foundation.
And I was going to ask a question about that. When do you see a student? Is that when you'll see a student reporter potentially doing a story for the Que Onda?
We're working with 2 major colleges right now. They're going to start doing that. 2 major colleges, and sometimes we like to keep it until it's done. Yeah. Pero it's pretty much done.
That's good.
And you're gonna be seeing a lot of the students working as an intern for Que Onda Magazine and collaborating. Yeah. You'd be surprised how many. I'll tell you a story. If we have time, this kid was 18 years old working with us as an intern, and his father was a waiter at Taqueria Arandas on airline.
Oh, wow.
So when he started reporting for Que Onda, and he saw
mira.
his son's name in the paper.
Oh,
He started showing it to everyone.
ay, mira.
Look at my son working for K on the magazine. So
That's
to
beautiful.
me, that was my satisfaction.
Yeah.
Que un papá was showing his friends.
Yes.
El
orgullo
de que
¿verdad?
mi hijo está trabajando para una revista,
Sí.
and he was getting credits for that.
It.
So that's what we do. So, but like I said, we maintain family oriented. We always do that. That's what makes Onda different from other publications. That we're not after selling ads.
It's about the story.
It's about the story, the content, the articles. Yeah. We do a lot of exclusive interviews, like we did with Isa and with you guys and the Consul de Mexico, and and the reason why they say yes, these major corporations, is because they know who we are. Yeah. They don't say yes just to anyone. Yeah. They know who you are.
And that's super important, especially hoy en día, and in learning from, the print media, journalism, how it's kind of lost its way. Yeah. I sometimes feel that, especially with this last election, is how do we make sure we get information that is just the facts?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is teaching these young kids, because I see it in schools. Like, how do we make sure that when kids do a project or a research paper, que vayan a usar resources that are true, que no son una
fake
opinión.
News, fake news, yeah.
Que es eso lo que sucedió, así está la información, así, and how do we make sure that those kids have access to, which is what I liked about Que Onda, because I would show the kids and put it in the library. Mira, here's another publication that you can read.
Another thing that we also do a lot is we take newspapers to organizations where older people can read it. Y tienen tiempo de leer. And we also collaborate with other foundations and we take papers to them. And para que se pongan a leer ellos y tengan algo que leer.
Y algo que puedan leer, porque it's in their language. A lot of these.
In the old school, people still pick up a paper. They like to open it up. Yeah. They like to see what it is.
And my parents were there.
Nombre.
Over the weekend. They were so proud.
Ahí estuvieron.
Yeah, they were there. Y mi mamá andaba recogiendo todos los papeles.
Y les gustó.
And it reminded me of the fellas, the young fellas' dad.
Absolutely.
Super,
very proud, yeah.
My parents were really proud.
And like I said, that's what makes Que Onda different from other. We're family. Yeah. We protect our branding name so much that we do not allow any unclean content. Yes. We do not allow any unclean ads that will hurt the branding name.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why we do. That's why we do that. Yeah. So that's practically what Que Onda's about.
Well, we have 1 minute left. I can't believe it. I already passed by so fast.
Pasó tan rápido.
But I wanted to close up with a final question. I typically ask everyone that's doing amazing stuff out there. You're out there. You're putting yourself out there in front of people. You're traveling. You're getting the word out. What do you do, Gabriel, at the end of the day to fill your tank up again, to wake up the next day y seguir adelante otra vez? What do you do?
Wow. That's a very good question. I'm practically 24/7.
I know. I'm
24/7, and I'm the kind of guy that if you're in the newspaper industry, and let me just tell you what it is, exactly like bread and butter. Yeah. If you're in the newspaper industry and you want to compete with me, you better be ready.
No se vayas a dormir.
Yes, no, you better be ready.
Con un ojo abierto vas a dormir.
You better know what you're doing. You better do your homework. Yeah. You better know your statistics. Yeah. You better know how to, because if you get in the ring with Gabriel, I'm going to kick your butt.
You remind me of my quote that I posted yesterday. Yes. It's a quote from a song called Big Energy by Lotto. Yes. Dice, I say what I do what I say. It's not don't be number one. Don't be number two. Stay number one. Yes. And I'm like, that. You reminded me of that.
And why my energy that I have on a daily basis helps me a lot. Yeah. Because I'm always energized. Yeah. I'm always energized. You always see Gabriel. The way
I see it all the time.
The moment I wake up in the morning to the moment I go to sleep, I'm nonstop completely. I'm the guy that if you work 8 hours, I work 14. If you work 5 days, I work 7. If you see 3 people, I see 9. And that's the way we always step ahead of everybody. Yeah. So like I said, if you want to get in the ring, you better be ready. You better know what you're doing.
And for people to catch up with you, tell them again one more time where they can find you, how can they connect with you, what are the best ways, and we're going to also post it on the comments so people can come back and
absolutely. You can go to QUeOndaMagazine.com,
QUeOndaMagazine
Facebook.
Estamos viendo.
Que Onda Magazine, our Instagram, our Twitter account, and we're starting TikTok.
And we're gonna
well, if you want to,
we're gonna get the TikTok,
and
the TikTok,
practically that's
the TikTok
the
kicked off.
TikTok. Yes, yes. I let the young generation handle that stuff. We hired a young girl.
That's good.
She's only like 20, 21 years old, but she's an expert on that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to trust her.
They keep us young.
Yes.
They keep us young.
Yes.
Tú nomás ponte, te va a decir.
Yo nomás me voy a poner.
Ponte ahí. Y ponte a bailar con el magazine.
Me voy a poner y me voy a poner.
There you go.
Whatever she tells me to do, I'll do.
Just do it. I love it.
One thing, I know we got to go, but we have a great team. Me encanta el equipo que tenemos.
Yeah.
And we always, like I said, we always go. What Que Onda does is we always we go the extra mile.
You do.
We always go the extra mile.
Mm-hmm. And it's obvious.
Yes.
It's obvious. From the front cover to the back cover,
yes,
you can tell the detail, the color,
yes.
the cómo se siente el papel.
Claro,
no es algo que
I know.
It's a very well made and put together, and a lot of thought and passion has been
Muchísimas
put
gracias.
into this. So thank you so much, Gabriel.
No, it's un
for
placer.
Joining
Gracias,
and now
Claudia.
becoming an official
I'm a compadre.
Super compadre. Not just compadre, but
we're super compadre. Bueno, ahora soy un super compadre. Con mi super comadre.
That's right. So don't forget to follow us, like us, and share us. RadioCrystalUSA.com. And if you missed today's show, don't worry. It comes on again because La Super Comadre Claudia show airs every single day at 10 o'clock in the morning and again at 10 o'clock at night. And don't forget to connect with Gabriel Esparza with QUeOndaMagazine.com. Follow, like, share. Connect with him. Pick up your copy because I'm on the cover and so is Irsa Garcia. And she's going to be coming out with Marianne Garcia with Hey Comadre. So until the next time, make sure to take care of yourself before you take care of everything else you want to do. And if you want to get in the ring, make sure you're ready.
That's right.
Because, hey, if you're going to do something, you say what you do what you say.
Mm-hmm.
A ver, Super Comadre Liliana, ¿dónde estás?
Mm-hmm. Aquí ando. Hey, I learned a lot today.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Comadre. And thank you all for sponsoring RadioCrystalUSA.com. Remember, if you want to become our sponsor, call La Super Comadre Claudia Macias directly. Or remember to send us an inbox.
Yes, and also a big shout out to our major recording location sponsor, which is SDC Builds and 4001 Leland Coffee. So if you want to come get your coffee, they're open here on 4001. That's the address for SDC Builds. It's 4001 Leland Street, 77023. Come on out every day between 8 to 2 o'clock. Get your coffee. It's really good. And also, if you have any architectural needs, go ahead and connect with SDC Builds. Tony Garcia is the person that you need to talk to because he's going to make sure that things get created and built for you. And also, come get your coffee at 4001 Leland Coffee. Bueno, comadre.
All right. Thank you to our sponsors. Here they are.